Welcome back, everybody. He currently serves as Speaker of the Utah House of Representatives, a position he was elected to by his colleagues in November 2023. Joining us now is Speaker Mike Schultz. Hello, Speaker.
Good morning. How are you guys?
I love the outfit.
Thank you.
First of all.
Well, before I left the house, I made sure my wife that this would be okay, and she says absolutely they're going to love it.
So she has good taste.
She has good taste.
She knew what she was doing.
Okay, let's preview the session that's coming up next. What is your main goal as Speaker of the House?
Well, that's a hard question to ask because we have a lot of stuff to accomplish over the next 45 days. We have a budget that we have to pass, and then Utah is facing a big challenge in the fact that we are moving from a small state to a medium-sized state. We all feel it, the growth, most of which is coming from our kids and our grandkids, which is good. But it also, there's a lot of challenges that we have going forward, and so I think probably the biggest thing that we should focus on over the next 45 days, and we will, is making sure that we put Utahns first and Utah families first. And if we do that, it'll all work out.
You know, as a lifelong Utahn, I have sure felt the changes and the shifts the last 4 years, I'd say, especially. Let's talk about tax cuts and what inflation has done to the state.
Well, inflation across the nation has taken families by surprise and hit people, everyday Americans, in their pocketbooks, especially in Utah. And so we really are focusing hard on that. We're trying to reduce the taxes so that you can keep more of your hard-earned money here at your own house and inside your own budgets. And so we will look to be doing another tax cut this year. And then again, voters will have the option to eliminate the sales tax on food in November at the ballot box. And so we're hopeful that that ballot measure passes and continue to reduce the cost of food at the grocery store.
All right, Mr. Speaker, the next 45 days, why should Utahns care? There's so much going on, and a lot of people might think, it might not impact my family. It might not impact me. Why should I watch carefully?
Well, that's a great question. Different than what happens in Washington, D.C., because they're just dysfunctional. Utah is not dysfunctional. The decisions that we make over the next 45 days will have an impact on the families, on our budgets, on our everyday lives. And so it's important that I think people get involved. You know, education is so important in the state of Utah. We have the youngest population out of any other state in the nation. We spend more on our education budget than any other state in the nation as a proportion to our budget. And so it's so important to get involved and pay attention to what's going on. And there's a lot of great things happening in Utah.
I love hearing that. It's hopeful. Tell us some other issues that are taking center stage.
And let me just, Utah now has the highest starting wage salary than for teachers out of the Intermountain West. So we've really made that a focus the last several years. And so, education, transportation, housing, water, we just came out of the worst drought that we've seen in 1,200 years. We all felt the effects of that. And so really working to focus on those top priorities.
You had the list right. Yes. Housing affordability, energy, education, water, and growth, the things that we're all stressing about, talking about, but we can make a difference.
You can.
How can we do that?
And how can we participate?
That's a great question. So now more than ever, you have the opportunity to participate. You can go to le.utah.gov and watch every vote, listen to every committee hearing. But I'd even recommend taking it a step further. Come up to the Capitol. Come up to Capitol Hill. It's one of the most prettiest buildings in the nation, honestly. I think Utah has one of the best Capitol buildings. I've been to several. Come up, visit us. Bring your kids and show them, help them understand why it's important to get involved, because I guarantee you, if you're not there talking to us, there's somebody else that is, and they may not have your best interest at heart. And I think it's important that we continue to put Utah families first, and having Utah families on Capitol Hill helps us focus on that.
And that's why I love school field trips. They always come to the Capitol. So important. Okay, let's get personal a little bit. Why did you go into public service? And tell us a little bit about family life. You've got grandkids now.
I do. So I have 6 kids. I have 3 grandkids. And, you know, there was an opportunity in my life that I thought I wanted to give back. And so Utah's unique in the fact that we're only up there for 45 days, shortest out of almost any state in the nation. And so we really are a citizen-led legislature. And so I just wanted the opportunity to give back to a state that I love, and I believe, and I know in my heart that it's the greatest state in the nation. And it is because it has the greatest people in the nation. And so I just wanted the opportunity to come up and serve and give back.
Well, thank you so much for doing that and for being here today. And sometimes it takes just hearing that message in the right way or what the plans are to light a fire. And you want to get involved, and you can make a difference.
You do. And I can tell you that, you know, all of us up there have families, and the decisions we make are based on our kids and our grandkids.
And
so
care.
And we care. And that's what sets Utah apart. And you look at all the national accolades that we get across the nation, Utah's number one on so many fronts. We lead the nation. We hope to continue that.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, thank you so much. Congratulations and best of luck in this session.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.